Okay. Weird stuff going on. I had audio on my last, no video here. Hopefully everything's okay. So I don't know if anybody caught that. I don't know. Maybe just one person needed to hear that. It was heavy energy, but I'm going to carry on. We're going to move on to the masculine and feminine report here. These are the feminine, masculine cards. We'll start with the feminine. I just learned to keep moving. Just keep moving. Just keep moving. No matter what happens technical, keep moving. I don't know. It's like a little overflow from the, what do you call that? Whatever, retrograde. Okay. I'm not gonna. Okay. So masculine and feminine energies. Here we go. I wanted to make sure that these are grounded earth energies on the here and now. I'm getting a lot of periphery stuff, everybody's head stuff. This is not what's going on in reality. So I wanted to clear that all up. Again, I recorded another video. I don't know if anybody caught it, frankly, but if someone did, then it was just meant for them, because there was no video. None of the video came through. So I decided to just shuffle and redo it. So here we go. I do feel, I will be doing the energy report soon. I do feel like our worlds are separating. I think that's why I've got two readings here. One reading, and if, I don't know, like I said, I don't think anybody caught it. So we'll just carry on. Okay, the first card for the feminine. Where's my glasses? Oh, these are dirty. Okay, the first card for the feminine is equality. Give me a moment here. I'm just getting back into things here. Equality, yeah, the balance and life. They're making me look at that life, the man, you know, that did that graphic. Just give me a minute here. Yeah, the feminine is worried. That's interesting. They're making me look at that fig leaf. Almost like do not enter. We may be going through a sexual phase here where we're celibate for a reason, with a reason, okay? But beyond that, we're trying to create balance, and this could be also, right, getting rid of the riffraff in the middle. Give me a moment. There's a lot coming here. Yeah, we're going to create balance in our life here. This is really what I'm getting. And some might be doing this by not allowing people in their field, not only in their field, but intimately in their field as well. So the sense here is that, yeah, there's a lot of people turned on to the idea that having partners, right, really messes up your energy field. So be awakened to that. Okay, next card. White Buffalo Woman and peace. She fights hard to gain peace, right? So what's going on here? Really what they're saying is if we get our equilibrium here, we will create that peace automatically, will flow. And I think for some, it's backing people off of them physically, like partners, really is what I'm getting here. We may have some feminines got a lot of influx of people, or have had in the past a bit of influx of people, and they're like going, okay, that's it. Like back to the fig leaf, right? Adam and Eve, like, you know, just picking one lane. So I feel like this energy of backing people up, balancing things out, is going to create peace for us here. Next one is self-trust. Yeah, we have to trust that our instinct here. I do feel it's instinctively driven that we do this. You know, if we are active in this sex life arena here, we're going to slow that right down, and that's guided, right? And not only that, it's to trust that this is the right thing to do. We need to get create a balance here for our lives in some kind of way. And if it's not on the active part, then it's to create boundaries with people around us that are trying to come in a way that takes our peace away, right? We're trying to create peace as the forefront here of everything. All the energy, we want peace. So we are gaining instinct here on how to make that happen, and we need to trust that these things will bring us that, is what I'm getting. Okay, this is a different stream than I was getting, so it's good. Okay, equality. On top of that, we get reminder. With that balance, remind you to keep things, yeah. And I do feel the equality sits not only within ourselves, balancing out our behavior, balancing out behaviors that come at us, but you know, things that come at us, making sure that it is balanced to what we give out, right? In relationships and whatnot. Are we going to go forward here continuing to be doormats for people no matter what? Sorry, I just took a drink of coffee. To continue to be doormats for people, right? This is what I'm getting. Reminder, we learned this lesson, so we don't want to have to go backwards and fall off this rail here that's got us going in a good way of thinking about how people treat us. Is it balanced? Am I in this relationship, friendship, family, whatever? Am I getting back the same amount? Am I giving the same? This has got to be. This is what they're saying. We're learning this lesson, so don't forget it as we go forward here to create peace. Now, on top of the peace, we get rigid. I feel for some, we are creating walls. Yeah, you know what they said to me? Be careful not to take the energy that we just read into this reading. So that was a negative drop there. Interesting, because I protected against that. But anyway. Rigid. We have a rigid stance. Now we are trying to create peace. I feel like we are not going to let anything get in the way of that. I think we're finally putting our defenses up and saying, okay, whoa, whoa, and the horse is stopping and we're going, okay, take in your surroundings here, right? And again, I feel very much in my own way, personally, I'm trying to get grounded in my 3D. So I feel like this may be, right, because I'm guided, so I feel like this may be the nudge the universe trying to give you as well, is stay in your now. Don't get flung in your head too far. And in order to create that, we know who creates ruckuses around us, so we are taking a rigid stand to make sure that and I feel like that's extremist. I feel that's like those people that are really create frustration for us, really taking a rigid stance there and saying, absolutely not, I'm just not tapping in there no more. So, and again, now as we move on to the self-trust, we get summon of energy. Yeah, they're going, this is where we need to put where we need to create more energy. We need to create more illumination in the self-trust department. A lot of people get in their instinct and they're going off their instinct, but they're not trusting that this will bring what they want. Because we just, it's a new path they're going. We have to forgive ourselves because this is a new path we're driving here. And in order to go down this path, we have to realize different things than when the paths we've been on before have not brought us to a great place or have shown examples of where we can go. We don't want to go there. So I feel like the universe is summoning energy toward us. We are picking up on that energy, but we have to trust that it's going to create the life that we want down the road. Okay. On top of the reminder, again, creating that balance in our life to create the peace that we want, we need to trust ourselves. What do we get on top of there? 9 of Wands. That's the wounded warrior, right? They've worked hard and toiled and whatnot, but they still have that major. Make sure all these cards are sitting right here. Go this way a little bit. They still have that major flame and wand that they're carrying, right? They haven't, because the next one is the 10 of Wands where we got to drop the burden. We are at the point here where we are dropping. What's that song? Yeah, dropping. But anyway, they're playing music with, what? Yeah, so anyway. 9 of Wands. We're gonna give it one last shot here. This balance thing, right? Because I feel a lot of people are kind of frustrated. They want their peace. They know what they're doing, these feminines. It's not working, right? So now we're pausing and in between where we want to take action in a new way, and we just don't have enough self-trust to. It's not like we want to go backwards, but it's just we don't have enough self-trust to go in any direction here without some kind of backing. And the 9 of Wands is that, like I'm tired and I've been through this, and not only has that built us up to a point where we just don't want to be going down this road anymore, we kind of know where the road is, but we're going to try and suss things out to, be more discerning to a higher degree. On top of this rigid stance, we know who are the chaos makers in our life. We're keeping high guard against that. On top of that, we have the Chariot. Now, this Chariot here is very much, there's, the trucks coming in, if I can say it that way. From the background, we're not really looking. We don't see this stuff coming in. So there may be something coming into your view here in order to challenge your peace or your rigid stance in some kind of way. Good or bad, I'm not too sure at this point. Now, as we move on to the summoning of energy, the self-trust, right? The universe is working hard to get you into your instinctive zone where we are highly guided. And I mean, we are highly guided. It's just to trust that instinct to go forward and make decisions, take action from there. That's what it is. We've got a lot of this rumbling around, and sometimes we tiptoe through the tulips, and sometimes we back off and hermit. But now they're wanting you to go forward boldly with this self-trust. On top of that, we get the 10 of Swords. Yeah. Give me a minute. Here's lots. This 10 of Swords is about treachery and betrayal. Yeah, our decisions brought us here, is what they said. They're going, not our instinct, but our decisions. Our instinct, we put on the shelf. Because our instinct was there, but we didn't run by our instinct. We didn't trust our instinct, so therefore we ended up getting hurt, right? So the universe trying to help you with that energy to realize there's something else going on. Okay, as we move into the spiritual energies here, the universal advice as we go forward. Back to the 9, Wounded Warrior. We've been through hell and back, and we're kind of tired. We want to give up, but this is love, right? This is partnership. We can't give up on love. We're going to give it one last try. Now, on top of that, we get the World and belonging. Yeah, we got to know where we belong and who belongs in, the same vibrational stuff is what I'm getting. And also the completion of this. And again, reminder to remember your lessons, right? Because if we don't bring our lessons forward into our physical universe, if they're just rumbling around in our head and we don't kind of ground them in anything, we're bound to be repeated, is what they said. They're bound to repeat it. So this is the cycle that is going to end. Now, the thing is, what they're explaining to me is we've ended this cycle and gone backwards. We've done this a few times in the past. So we had our lesson, we ended, and we went back. So now they're wanting you to complete this lesson and go forward. This is what, okay? So on the peace, right? Because we know there's no peace there. We know that. So the rigid stance, we are taking quite a rigid, firm stance here. And there is something coming in unbeknownst to us here fast. Now, on top of that, we get the sun. Oh boy, okay. Talking about enjoyment, this woman is pregnant. There's a family here joining together. The sun is a joyful card. Now, I feel like the unexpected thing is something good coming in our direction. While we're paying all this attention to maybe chaos and whatnot, a little more attention than we need to, right? I feel like we've taken a rigid stance, but it's still the focus of our attention. We're still looking at it directly where we need to be. But the thing is, the universe coming in here with a bunch of horses. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 horsepower. And they're gonna get you something else to focus on. Okay? This is, again, the joining of soulmates and whatnot. That's what's going on. Feel like a soulmate connection is going to come out of the blue here. Again, not where we're looking. It's not what we're looking at. So, you know, for most people here. So the betrayal and self-trust, the summoning of energy. The universe wants you to trust your instinct. And we do not, you know, unless there's validation. But again, you do have to be discerning. You can't just jump and run. But you have to learn to trust that instinct. You have to slowly dip in. I know it took me about 2-3 years before. And again, I still don't let my guard down. I still don't. Even today, something snuck in there. But the thing is, it's guided energy. Whoever popped in to catch it, they got it. They got the message. And maybe it wasn't for everybody. Maybe it was just for that one person that caught the 5 minutes or whatever and took off. But nonetheless, self-trust, the universe working hard to summon that energy for you and also shoot you with instinct so that you don't get betrayed and don't not follow your instinct anymore. On top of that, we get the 7 of air, which is interesting because that's about seeking answers. And the magical Chinese coins, right? Because it's the Chinese New Year of the Tiger, and this was too. I got a card here coming up, and now interesting. And nobody's going to see the other video. Nobody's going to see it because it's been deleted already. But I had I had cards here that I shuffled. I give a clarification, kind of tie up the end of the reading. I got my Chinese Oracle because it's Chinese New Year. Both of them were in dark energy. And I shuffled now and both of them are in light energy. And I was like, isn't that interesting? Carry on. So, yeah, we're seeking answers here. Because we may not understand our path. The sense here is we have learned our lessons. Do we want to repeat them? At this point, we're seeing clearly. We go back, we repeat. We go forward, new lessons come. So this is the path that the feminine is on quite clearly here. We have been hurt in the past. And I mean, I don't know, why do we have to keep giving this? But the sense is people in doubt. They're not quite trusting their instinct. And that's going to bite you in the end. It's going to bite you in the end. So just trust. And it's subtle. It's subtle. It's the little whispers. It's the little psst, psst, psst. And if you're in ego and you're in brash and you're in bold energy, going forward and standing up and putting up rigid walls, you're not going to hear it. So we are seeking answers. The answers are coming instinctively. But if we're not in that mode to accept that, we are not going to trust ourselves. Okay. Now, the card here for the Chinese Oracle, I'm going to go instinctively and see what we get. The first card is the horse. Well, freedom, horse, freedom, freedom. I'm going to read instinctively here. Now we got a high contrast of a white horse with a red face, body flying in here. Horse is about nobility, about slowly charging forward. We can go slower, we can go fast, but we go in our power. They're very powerful and they're very stoic. You know, they give off a sense of power without any effort. It's just there for them. Very kingly energy. And then we have this guy flying into that. I'm going to go to the book here. The sense that I'm getting is they say go forward in grace, you know, and also the white horse, go forward in your truth, in your grace, and in your dignity, and then you'll be fine. Because in the beginning here, I got a sense that there may be some feminines here dipping into negative energies that can be affecting them spiritually very highly. Some are aware, some are not, you know. And I feel like for what I'm picking up energetically is we're kind of aware or becoming aware. This is muddying up our spiritual sense here, and we got to kind of stop that. Stop dipping into things on the physical side, because it's just muddying up our mind. And that adds to the lack of self-trust for our own perspective here. You know, we got too many fishes in the sea, too much swimmers, and we just gotta stop and, you know, maybe get into a hot tub. Just don't go in the ocean. Just get in a hot tub and just sit and dunk yourself and just figure things out all by your lonesome. And things will start to clear away is the sense. So some here, you know, physically polluted is what I'm getting. So we may not have to do some self work for that. Like, you know, literally like have baths, read a book, clear your mind, you know, stay in bed and read a book instead of going out and partying, this kind of thing. I mean, peaceful time. Yeah, okay. Anyway, enough of that. The horse. I'm going to get into this. The book meaning here. And it is in white energy, which is yang energy. It says I can fly freely, even without wings. There's a lot of words here. They just kind of list. Oops, sorry. Energy, frankness, enthusiasm, loyalty. Unwilling to be constrained. And what did I say? Freedom, horse. When the horse gallops over the grassland, even the earth becomes a constraint. His heart has flown unto the air with the passionate, free red fairy, and gallops in a much wider world. Hold on. His heart has flown onto the air with the passionate, free red fairy that gallops in a much wider world. This is about enthusiasm. This is about being determined. This is about being brave, optimistic, and positive. Be persevering. Rely on the power of the team. Endurance decides how far away you can run. Wait a minute here. Freely without wings. Because really what I was getting intuitively was the freedom of the horse. And I feel like in our search for peace, it has created a sense of freedom, but we doubt that because we've been so busy chasing the tails of others. Whether it's a relationship or friendships or whatever. I feel like there's going to be a ringing of the the rags, right? Wringing the rags out, so that we deal with just the essentials. It's self work, really, but it's solely on, you know, the universal energies working with us to gain power over our instinct. Power within our instinct. Listen to your instinct. You gain power and you gain wise things from it. You know, this is the cycle that wants to end. Us bashing our instinct aside in order to learn lessons the hard way. We don't want to do that. We want to take our lessons forward. We learned it already. Why redo the course? You know, some people, well, I just want to make sure that I got it all. No, you got it all. You just have to retain it and go forward. This is kind of the energy I'm getting. So the horse, that's the Chinese horoscope or Chinese oracle. card that is there for you. That energy is there to tap into your grace, your dignity, your bravery to stand forward and do something you haven't done before. This is all good. So we're seeking answers for brave, and we go down, because the sense they're giving me too is that if we go down that road alone, it's hard going alone. For some it's hard, but the rewards are high when we go take that lonely path, because we truly do realize we don't get muddled by anything in our periphery. We don't let other people control us. We will realize more highly our boundaries, what we will and won't put up with. All of that is in here. This is the path that they're seeking, the feminine. So learning to self-trust through the universe. They're looking for peace, and they're looking for equality in others. Somebody that treats me the same as I treat them. They've not had this before. That's why the peace has been lost. Now they got to trust themselves to tread this new path of searching for the right things. Okay, that's the feminine. Now for the masculine energy, I made up a new deck, the Masculine Infinity Tarot. So we're going to use that here as a portion of this. First card from the masculine. Get a look at this. Sleep. This was in the last reading, so this is not changed. So sleep. This is about, I'm not awake yet. Now, this is about energies of wanting to awaken, right? This is really what's going on. So the next card we have is chaos. If we are in chaos, yes, we will be sleeping. Next card, protection. We are looking for protection. Now, if we are asleep, we are not going to gain it. If we are asleep, we are not going to understand that it may even be there. We may not have any power over it, this kind of thing. Not far from where I was at the last reading for the masculine, unfortunately. But give me a minute here. I feel like we are seeking protection from some chaos in our life, but we are asleep as to how to truly release from it. So there's that. Okay, now next row here. On top of the sleep card, we have the message. Isn't that interesting? That was in the last reading as well. Okay. We are asleep to the messages we need to convey here, or we may be giving messages to others that are not so highly evolved, is the sense that I'm getting. Okay, next card. Chaos. On top of that, we get trapped. Yeah, this chaotic energy that we have, that we're either going outward in or needing protection from, this is the energy that is really keeping us trapped, okay? Now, we may have a message coming in from someone who creates a lot of chaos here that is going to re-engage us. This person is not getting the power they want from you, so they're going to re-engage. And if we're in this trap, we're going to fall for this. The sense is to remove yourself from this energy, not get triggered by it, even though that's what it's designed to do, is to trigger you. Try not to do this. This is how you protect yourself. Now, next card, honesty. Give me a minute, I gotta look at these. Interesting. They're going, this is the masculine, and this is him looking at the truth and going, is that truly going to save me, or is that going to hang me? They're in conflict whether being honest is actually going to set them free. And the sense here is absolutely. The universe is going, absolutely it will. It may create chaos at first, but it will free us overall. And we are in chaos no matter at this time. So a little more won't hurt. And the thing is, the spike, they're going, if we do not come true in our. I feel like that's the message. Should I be honest? Should I send that message honestly, or should I, get caught up in the trap? Well, they're going. It's never a good thing to get caught up in untruth. But if we go outward in the honesty, they're showing me the energy spike is like this. The chaos goes up, okay, like this. Now, if we go in dishonesty, it goes up here. So first of all, we're not gaining as much chaos if we take the honest path. I'm not even on the thing. So it's yes, take the honest path. You're never wrong there. It will create more chaos initially, but the spike goes down. There's no more elongation of the energy. There's no more stretching of the energy. When we tell an untruth, we fire up other people, we gaslight them. That just continues the energy stream. We cannot cut, we cannot protect from that because everybody's in jumbles here. When we are honest, that is it. That is it. You cannot fight honesty. You cannot change it because it is what it is. And it is energetically as it is, physically as it is, whatever. It is what it is. Well, I'll tell you that the untruths are keeping you trapped in this scenario. So we'll just put it that way. Now, the Infinity Masculine Tarot cards. On top of the message, and again, I feel like the masculines I'm hitting in this reading here, they are somewhat asleep to certain perspectives here of what to do, right? Should I be honest or not? Well, if they don't know that, they are quite sleepy. But there's a message they want to send out here without telling the truth, is the sense. Or let's veil it as 60-40 split, and we'll be 60% truth, and then we'll just let that other 40 come out later down the road. They're like, no. There will be no tolerance for this after. We either lay the truth out and let them deal 100%, or we do not go in our truth and we go in untruth, period. Because this is the end of the road here. For some of these masculines, this decision, we cannot half-ass it. We either go in our truth or we go in our untruth. This is where we're going. Now, the Infinity card, what do we get? Ooh, the Star, which was highlighted in TikTok this week, the beginning. And it was on the message as well. Interesting. The Star is about hope. And I feel like the masculine is putting a lot of hope in this message to gain something here. But again, if it is not of our 100% truth, it will backfire. If it's 98, it will backfire. You do your 100% truth. You lay it all out on the line, period. I'm telling you, that's a warning for some. Okay, set chaos trapped. What do we get on there? That's the chaotic energy, 6 of air. Yeah, a sense of wanting to leave this trapped scenario, leave this fighting. Again, drop the gun here and just turn the other way. I'll take the bullets out first, but you know what I mean? 6 of air is about moving onward and upward. The gondola is taking them down the river, going into new territory. The next card here, on top of the honesty, Nubius, the protection. Again, your honesty is your protection against all failure. If you do not use your honesty, you will not gain protection, not only from the universe to help you here, but you will not gain protection from anything that's coming at you in that way. And next card, the Lovers, including this. That's the Lovers card. That is about gentle, caring, loving, affection. That is not an energy to be taken lightly. It is the majors, and it is about deep caring and consideration for another. We are really hoping to move forward to this. This is really as clean as it can get. Now, the universal energy here on top of that Star, what do we get? What do they have to say? The Tower. Sudden, senseless destruction. So we may have some masculines here either coming into in a tower right now. If they're sleeping, towers are going to fall until you wake up and smell the coffee here, right? So there is something coming forth to you. Like I said, by the time you get this, it may be, you may be in and amongst the, what do you call that? The chaos of this. Yeah, masculines are in a tower energy. Okay, on top of wanting to go into a new direction here, feeling trapped in where we're at. There's chaos and everything abound. On top of that, we get the Hangman, a safe circle and boundaries. Interesting. Interesting energy. Just give me a minute. Safe circle had a lot of energy behind it. A lot of energy. This person is looking for a safe haven. The sense they're giving me is they may have some karmic repercussions here to pay off. Period. We may have put our energy into chaotic situations here, and the more that we indulge, the more that we get pulled deeper into the circle of it. And the sense is now we got to get ourselves out. How do we get ourselves out? We don't play into it. We don't go into it. We don't get caught up in chaos. And beware, people know our buttons. They know what triggers to push here. And we got to know that they know that, and we got to resist that. Resist falling. It's like looking at a kid having a fit, knowing that you're going to get upset because they're having a fit at the store because you didn't buy them the toy that they wanted, this kind of thing. This is kind of what I'm getting here. Is like we're kind of at the end of our rope. We don't want them kicking and screaming. We don't want all the fuss. But there's something here, we're not doing. Is the sense they're giving me. And they made me look at this salamander, and that's about taking action. This is about our emotions, and like they got all the elements here. Earth, air, fire, and water. And it's all come down to this moment where we have to make the right decision on how we react to someone triggering us is really what I'm getting. Someone's trying to trigger us, and it's, it has a high probability to get us going. But are we going to lock into that energy and continue that process, or are we going to go forward? Okay. On top of this new, again, all of this energy here is not down the middle. The middle, the chaos, the trapped, this is where we are. This is what's reality. This is what's going on. There's also a tower coming in, if it hasn't hit already for some, that's going to illuminate you more highly to where you need to go. It's going to open your eyes a little wider. If we're sleeping, it's going to be that cool splash of water that wakes us up in the morning. And if we're in denial whatsoever, this is going to be cleared up here quite quickly. Again, ability to create chaos is high. Now, as we go into the energy, the universe is really behind getting you to your protection. But at this point, we've kind of created our own mess, and we're really playing into negative energy. So when you do that, the universe backs off. Says, okay, you go, you play. But you get the negative, you get the pull, you get the trapped, you get all this stuff. So now they're waiting for you to get out of there so they can come back and protect you again. And this starts with our honesty, being honest. And in whatever direction you feel you need to do that. Now, again, this chaos makers, I don't know. Haha, yeah. Well, honesty is honesty, they said. Doesn't matter what direction you go. You have to be honest with your life. And if you're not prepared to do that, then you're just not going to get out of the circle you're in. Okay, so on top of the lovers, we get the crone of earth, regenerate and sleep. So we may have to take a rest here just to have to sleep in order to regain our senses more clearly, is the sense. Honesty is the key. It is the key, they said. It's the very basic element that we can start with is honesty to gain forward a lover. So if we're dealing with chaos of another lover while we're trying to go to one, or or chaos around us, period, that has to be let go or removed from. We have to work from our true self and go towards the true love. And this, everything else will fall into alignment here after that. Everything else will just, like, they're showing me like Tetris, like all these lines going off the screen. But there's something here about the masculines maybe not getting enough sleep. They may be tired and worn in the mind, and therefore, we don't think clearly. Now, the Chinese oracle, to tie this all together, it's in white, yin and energy. We have the rat. No, give me a minute, yeah. Like a coat of armor, right? These rats are the protection. Give me a minute, I'll channel here first. Because he's wearing that like a coat of protection, all these rats, and they're all little individuals that can go off and bring him back a sword, bring him back a rock to put on the end of this, this kind of thing. They're all messengers to help him out. And I feel like that's your universal coat that you kind of lost over this, because we may have some masculines tapping into negative energy, therefore lost their protection, and are now trying to start a new journey. Like, this is like the Fool going off in a new direction, but he's half naked. He's lost most of his protection. But again, truth and honesty, you cannot go wrong. The sense is we will be immediately reprimanded for any wrongdoing. But after that, we are cleared to start a new path in a new way, in a new truth. And as soon as you start that path in truth and the dedication to that, more of that in the future, you're clear, you're free from everything. And the towers will stop falling. You will gain your peace from the chaos, and you will also go forward in protection. And then suddenly it's a new world. It's a new life we're living. Okay, now from the book here, The Rat. It says here, a powerful life force beneath the negligible energies. Negligible. I feel like this is what we've been dealing with. Negligent energy, not only from us dipping into it, getting tied into it, riled into it, tricked into it. We jump in there, no problems. Let's go, let's fight. And the thing is, we got to resist that. We got to resist that in order to clean it up. Be agile, be cautious, adapt to adversity. Be a team worker. Follow the fairy. The rats under her divine protection come in flocks to the top of a cliff. Although each of them looks weak and small, the convergence of the whole family generates a great, encouraging, and unfailing power, full of vitality. At the peak of the mountain, the rats are overlooking the vast land as if they own the entire world. So we may feel like we're small, like we're only one person, and we may have been in opposition of all these people that are creating chaos. But we are stronger than everyone that is opposing us, because we may be in a positive energy if we can get ourselves there with our honesty. If we are in that positive energy, we are stronger than any of those people that are against us, because they can only have the power over us if we allow them to do so. And allowing them means tapping into their belief system of how we are supposed to deal. If we know firmly how we're supposed to deal and it opposes, then we just go forward in that, and they have no more energy over us. Fast to react, be united, live in the moment, be flexible. Be flexible and accepting. Look at a problem from different perspectives. Yeah, look at it from their point of view. If I was them and I was trying to get under my skin, where would I go? Because I feel like that's what's going on here. We have a masculine who is being triggered by either family, friends, a lover. And this lover is just using every tool in the book to get underneath them. And if you looked at it from their perspective, and said, okay, what is this person just trying to tick me off? And if they are, what would they do? If I was them, what would I do? And if I was them and I was trying to piss you off, how would I do to stop it? What would I do to stop? This kind of thing is they're going, it's kind of like we had to flip-de-doo because we're not aware. We're very asleep to the fact that someone is pushing our buttons, and every single time we react, we're unaware of that. We just feel like we're dealing, but we're not dealing because we keep falling into the trap of this person, people, or things that are setting us off. And we're going to get tower after tower until we stop and assess the situation from a different perspective. And this is what is going on here. We may need some rest in order to do that. Okay, bring back here. So we started, right? We're looking for protection from all the chaos that we've put a lot of energy into, but the sense they're giving me is if we keep putting energy into it, you're going to keep losing protection. You have to do something different. And the sense is not play into this. We're asleep to how far we are into things. We're asleep to the answers, and the answers really is quit, going in the direction that is being triggering. There's some kind of a thing where we feel like we have to tie in there. It's like, no, you can completely drop it. Completely drop it. And not play into that is what they're giving me. So the rat is here. Again, we're half naked, half covered. The rats are here. They're all little animals, but they are, as a group, work together quite well. I feel for this masculine, their group has turned on them, is really what's going on. Now, there's got to be reasons for this, I guess. They're trying to maybe, I don't want to get too deep into the scenario here, but we just got to really get real with our truth and where we want to go, be honest about our life and where we want to go, where we want to be, and what we want to do. And I feel the quicker we get into that energy, the quicker this chaos is going to remove itself. Because you cannot fight. Even people that want to create chaos, they cannot fight with honesty. They can't. You can't fight with it because it is the truth, and it's felt and it's said, and you can't prove it wrong because it's honesty, and you don't worry about it. So someone here is asleep to how they can clean up their life a little bit here and how they need to go forward in honesty. They are ready and willing to jump off a cliff here, but I feel like they have to get honest with themselves first, okay? As we go into the feminine energies, just to review. We got the equality card. So the men they are being awoken, really, by tower energies from the universe in order to see how to clean up their life, is really what it is. They do not believe that honesty will do this, but the universe will try and, if they continue to go forward in dishonesty, they're just going to have tower after tower until they choose that route. The feminine, working about balancing their life, especially those outside of us, they need to give in equal measures so that we can gain our peace. Again, peace and chaos, look how different the masculine and feminine are. I feel like the feminine is in peace or trying to gain peace. She may be connected to feminine or masculine here, who is very much, opposing. How do I say that? I'm not saying it right, they said. Feminine is looking for equality. She's gaining peace. There's chaos for the masculine. He is trying to gain peace as well, though it is not with the same feminine, is the thing. Protection, Anubius. The masculine is looking for spiritual protection against, or protection period against, trying to get away from a certain type of energy. And they do not realize that honesty is the key to that. Self-trust is where the feminine is. They're needing to trust themselves and their instinct. The rat was the masculine energy, and for the feminine, we had the horse. Two very different. Sorry, that's upside down. Two very different energies. This is free and light and zen-like. This is very aggressive and very, well, not aggressive, but very forward, progressive. We're going to trample forward in a new way and create new things. And the feminine is working on an interior level more, I think. And this is exterior. Anyway, that's your masculine and feminine report for the bed. I will be in for the energy report later. Yeah, had a kerfuffle here with the video didn't go through for my last report, so I redid it here. This is good energy. Couple cards were the same, but the energy's a lot cleaner. So again, anybody who is dipping into the 5D with twins and whatnot, be careful out there. There's a lot of sleek energies trying to mess up relationships. Deal with the 3D, deal with your physical universe, and you will get farther at this time as you move forward. There's too many tricksters out there energetically that are messing things up. So deal with facts, deal with truths, and if you don't have the truths, go to the direct source to get it. And don't accept anything other than that. So yeah, rat and the horse. It is the year of the tiger. That is a very aggressive energy. It's a very go-getter type thing. So if you have a lot of Leo fire in your chart, this is going to be a year where we go after and we grab a lot of things. Like this can be overexposed, this fire energy of taking action on things. So beware of that. Influence in the Chinese, Eastern, whatever, oracle stuff. Yeah, the horse is a good grounded, stable energy. A lot of interior spiritual stuff, I feel. Masculine, same. We're working with the exterior people, opposition toward us, this kind of stuff. And we're trying to rein that in. We're trying to get rid of, it's almost like they're showing me the masculine trying to shake all these rats so they can jump forward unencumbered without any attachments. And the feminine, she's already free and flying, but they're working more on the spiritual side, and the masculines are more on the physical. Okay. Take care, have fun, be kind, guys.